That's Mark Pires. I missed the cue. And it's Renaissance Man. It is the longest running daily variety show on planet Earth. Mark Pires Renaissance Man back for the 1,365th day in a row of live entertainment, live creation, live songwriting. Got the guitar fixed. Yeah. And we create movies live in the moment. We're working on our 6th feature film right now. Very excited about that. I see Kato in from the top. I see Bradley Smith here from the top. I see some family members here on Bigo. Guys, don't go anywhere. Smack that freaking screen. This is going to get out of hand as it does every single day. Darth Vader retiring. Apparently AI is taking over. That's great. So everything's being taken over by AI, including us eventually. That's my big fear, is I feel like this last couple of years is because they know in about 5 to 7 years, they're not going to need all these bodies on this planet. You know what I mean? Think about it. You got AI taking over. They're trying to create robots. What are we Terminatoring it? We're going to do a Terminator situation. Where's freaking James Cameron when you need him? You know, he should have been able to give you guys that. He's got the freaking script. You could have asked him for the script. You would have been all set. Oh, wait a second. Page 18. Freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger comes out of nowhere and starts shooting up a freaking police station. What? What's that about? They come out with the heavy artillery. Does nothing to the guy. That should be your first freaking red flag right there. You know what? Maybe we should go back to that Cameron 86 flick. What was it called again, Joanne? Joanne, stop wheezing back there. She says it was called Terminator. She's probably right. But look, you go back to that one, and you see him there, John Connor. He's walking through the field, you know? Hey, John, heads up. About 35 years, the real world, they're going to do this stupid crap you guys are making a film about jokingly. Schwarzenegger, he's back. The 2022 version. So I'm a little worried about that, but we're going to get into James Earl Jones retiring from the Star Wars series. We'll miss him. He was freaking awesome. But now just thinking about every time you hear his voice going forward, it's an AI. They're going to throw his voice into a synthesizer from 40 years ago, and they're going to just create every other word and script and just have the freaking AI say it. Just like we do here with these dumb voiceovers when we're doing clips here on TikTok and wherever else. By the way, here on Bigo, if you guys can head over to YouTube and subscribe over there, I really appreciate it. This is day 1,365 in a row. I'm really excited about that because exactly 1 year ago today was day 1,000 in a row of this show. And it was ridiculous to do 1,000 days in a row. I jokingly told about somebody on Facebook who was just like totally over the hills and was asking for so much support because she was trying to do a 63-day challenge, going live 63 days in a row, and how hard it was. And I'm like, at the time I was in the 1100s. I was like, I've been live for 1,100 days in a row. That's freaking 4 Christmases, 4 Easters, my birthdays, my kids' birthdays, my wife's birthday. I go live, and not just for a minute. I don't just come on and be like, hey guys, I freaking do half hour to 3 hours. Guys, something to live for. This is when we get our woohoo from Matt Zabrowski, the greatest woohoo guy in the biz. Zabrosk! Woohoo! Right? That was so good. I was here. We were like at this level, and now we're up here because of Matt Zabrosk. That's why he gets paid the big ducks. What's that? No, Zabrosk, I'm sorry. I've been paying you in ducks lately. You know, he's got a pond. And so I thought maybe instead of giving him money, I'll give him ducks. You know? So then he takes the ducks, puts them in the freaking pond. Whack, whack. He's got like 7,248 ducks. Remember, it's an even number. 2 at a time, you know. What's that, Zabrosk? Zabrosk, I know you appreciate it, but now you have duck poop everywhere. Anyway, guys, Zabrowski's not really here. He's actually in New York City. He's friggin' awesome, though. Trish gave him a 9.1 tonight. Zabrosk. What's that, Joanne? Joanne says it was a 6.7. What the frig, Joanne? What were you listening to? She's been wheezing. I think that's why she couldn't hear. She was wheezing over the friggin' woohoo from Zabrosk. You know? Anyway, guys, we got a news story for you. Darth Vader retiring from the friggin' big leagues, you know? He's getting old. Let's get into this news story. I'm going to pull it up on the screen, and then we do have a song for you tonight, so don't go anywhere. You need to request the title or the topic of tonight's song. We write songs here live in the moment. I have 196 songs on iTunes and Spotify. Just type in Mark Pires. You can listen for free on Spotify. 15 albums. They were all written here. Here's one. I wrote this 2 nights ago, live here in the moment. Wake up to the real world. You gotta wake up to the real world. Yep, it's turning. Yep, it's spinning. Yep, you can't get through it. Let you get to it. Gotta wake up. Wake up to the real world. Yeah. The Twilight Zone. Yeah, you can't get out. You're stuck in your home. Yeah, a Dr. Weasel fraud. She says you gotta get 3 bugaboos in your arm. Yeah, ain't gonna do a thing. Yeah, you see. The CEO of Pfizer, he got the COVID again, yet a second time in a month. After 4 bugaboos, you gotta say, what the frig you do? Yeah, ain't gonna help you, no. You guys friggin' getting 2 in a month.
Let's go get in line and get another one.
You trusted the psyop, yep, I gotta say, yep. You chucked the corn pop. What, my Aunt Judy told me to stop pooping my triple diaper. Gotta wake up to the friggin' real world, guys. This is the show that's been doing it for friggin' 4+ years every single day, suppressed from the world. Why? Because I say this stuff. You're living in the moment. I'm sorry, you can't deal with that, Karen. Scroll. And if you want truth, you want to get into it, you want to hear somebody speak their freaking mind and put the passion within the soul out into this universe, join me. Wake up to the real world. Waking up, middle of the day, middle of the night. Yeah, you got your vibe back, yeah, you got a vibe back, yeah. Wake up to the real world. So I got this puppy fixed. Guys, wake up to the freaking real world. What are we talking about? We're waking up to the real world. It's this freaking... You hear it? This one's even worse than the other. I found another cable. I'm like, maybe it's the cable. It's not the freaking cable. It's just the connection. So I got to change out this cable because this one's crap. And then the other one's is crap, but not as crap. Guys, I'm really excited about something. Really? So about a year and a half ago in April of 2020, I was playing, well, actually, I was filming my first feature film called Batmark versus Supermark, which is on YouTube. And during the filming, I had the Batman outfit on, Batmark, and I turned the cape, knocked this guitar over. The guitar fell onto the ground, neck snapped. Neck freaking snapped, guys. Telling you a story real quick, so don't freaking go anywhere. Neck snaps, hold on. And that's the end of the guitar. At least so I thought. For about a year and a half, it's been sitting here on the sidelines. And I go to a bar mitzvah, first bar mitzvah I've ever been to in my life. And I'm there and I see a friend of mine, Chris, who's a guitar player, and he fixes guitars. And I told him, I said, you know, I got a guitar that broke, it fell. He goes, you could fix that. I was like, you know what? I did meet the CEO of Gibson, and I told him about what happened to my Gibson guitar. When I was building him his beat seat, he goes, you know, we could fix that for you. We fix them all the time. I was like, But I had the Les Paul here I've been playing forever. So I was like, I'm cool. So Chris says, this is what you do, Mark. Gave me great tips on how to glue it back together. This was the best tip. He goes, after you glue it, forget about it for a week. Don't even touch it. Just let it sit there for a week with the clamps on. So this is the best part. I literally did that. I glued it that night. I put it over on the chair I have in the back, and it sat there for a week. Just yesterday, I walked by it. I was like, oh my God, I forgot I did this. And this is the first time it's going to be heard in almost 2 years. Terrible. Hold on. All right. So it's sort of there. Let me just turn this up. All right, just so I want you guys to hear this beaut. It's finally back on its feet after almost 2 years. Let's just see how she sounds. So the best thing about, or not best thing, but what's interesting is this is literally, there's no effects. This is just a jazz guitar coming at you. Friggin' shake out that last note. What are we talking about? Jazz guitar's back. Chris, I love you, brother. Oh, I can't wait to see him. Give him a friggin' hug. You know? He's like, dude, you gotta fix that friggin' ES-165 jazz guitar. You dang right. This thing's so out of tune just from that. Ready? Woo! That's what I'm talking about. What the frick is that, Joanne? Yeesh, it's because you're wheezing. If Joanne wasn't wheezing, it would have stayed in tune. Where did the friggin'... Had the tune error. You know? And all of a sudden, there's no tunage. Ooh, I got an idea, guys. When you got ideas, Renaissance Man style, nothing better except for after the idea. That's the best. Before the idea, it's just an idea. Nothing there. Blank canvas. It's Renaissance Man style. We're gonna do something cool here. Uh-oh. Stayed pretty good, actually. Ish. Let's get a little beat seat in there. The first drum for guitar players. I invented it, and you're about to hear it in action. Every single night we have a live songwriting moment on this drum right here, which is being blocked by two guitars. Sorry about that, but you're going to have to deal with it. Renaissance Man style. Oh, we got to get the background better, Joanne. You can't just leave a background like that. That ain't right. Bang, biggity boo, yeah, there we go. What the frig? Oh, that's right. Gotta knock the sound off on the background. Yeah, you can't get it going. No, no. There we go. new pedal. Need a new wire. Joanne, you ordered the wrong one. Told S-Coop that earlier. Can't deal with this freaking this wire.
down memory lane, yeah. Take a ride. Open up your mind. Patience is a virtue. It's 2022 years. Everyone with immediate gratification, yeah. They can't stand and take a breath, no. Gotta scroll, scroll, scroll. I can't have a moment alone, no. Oh, it's the destruction of society, yeah. looking at 5.6 inch screen. Yes, you can't get your mind off what they're singing about you. Yeah, you're caught in the 4-inch span between your ears. Yeah, oh, what's going on in your head? Yeah, open up, wake up. Yeah, before you're dead, you only got so many seconds to breathe, so many seconds to do something. So get up and go. Standing around, looking at each other, waiting for someone to be brave, be proud, stand up and say no, yeah. Oh, but they've got no shame, they just hide behind the mask and they blame, blame, blame. It's the blame game. 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 It's the blame game, yeah. I just blame, blame game, yeah. Point fingers in the direction, yeah. Won't look in the mirror and tells her no. Everyone but you. Blame game, blame game. It's the blame game, blame game, yeah. It's the blame game, won't look in the mirror. It's the blame game. Everyone but it's the blame game, blame game. It's the blame game, blame game, yeah. It's the blame game, pointing at everyone but you. It's the blame game, yeah. Blame game. What just happened? It's the blame game, blame game, yeah. It's the blame game.
What the frick?
Blame game. It's the blame game, blame game, yeah. Oh, it's the blame game. Don't look in the mirror. It's the blame game. You can't look at yourself, no. You're pointing at everybody else. Blame game, yeah. Oh, it's the blame game. You're the star of this event. It's the blame. It's the feature film. Yeah, you blaming everyone but you. Blame game, yeah. Oh, it's the blame game. It's the blame game, blame game. Oh, it's the blame game. It's the blame game. It's the blame game. Everyone but it's the blame. It's the blame game. It's the blame game. Blame game. Oh, it's the blame game. It's the blame game. Everyone but it's the blame game. It's the blame game. Blame game. Oh, it's the blame. It's the blame game, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the blame game, yeah. It's the blame game, yeah. Go insane, sane, yeah. Nothing makes sense at this timeline. It's the blame game, yeah. Oh, it's the blame game, yeah. At the blame game, yeah. You can't get anywhere. The blame game. Everyone a victim, it's the blame game. Yeah, you just offended, it's the blame game. Cancel, 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 yeah, we can't have any more. Go of that, no, no, gotta go, it's the blame game, yeah. All we can't have no more is the blame game. Blame game. It's the blame, it's the blame game. Did I just write a freaking other song? It's the blame game, yes. Everyone you know, everyone you see, yeah, they're just blaming everyone they can. They won't take any accountability, no, no. Yeah, it's like a clown show. Yeah, yeah, it's just like it's a fucking dream. Yeah, nothing makes sense, no. Twilight Zone, yeah. When the Truman Show, I don't know. It's got to be. 'Cause I can't be completing all of these songs night after night, and there ain't enough of this world to tune in. Yeah, probably that Truman Show, we're gonna find out. Yeah. Oh, Project Fishbowl. Yeah, you know it's gotta be the way it is. The t-shirts everywhere, not here on planet Earth. No, you gotta say, here's the blame game. Yeah. Don't know what your ass is when you look in the mirror, yeah. You're like, that's my knee, yeah. The blame game, yeah, you know it's all the same, yeah. The blame game, yeah. It's the blame game, yeah. Looking in the mirror, what you see? Oh, wipe it down, maybe see a little clear, yeah. Oh, see the evil in there. The blame game, yeah. Just all the same. Every day is like we're living in the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I know. Yeah, everyone but the day of it. Oh, it's the blame game. Oh, it's the blame game. That'd be better on this because it's a jazz guitar.
you know, we're in the middle of jamming it out. Longest running daily variety show on planet Earth, writing songs for you live in the moment. We wrote this one 2 minutes ago. This was
It's the blame game, yeah. If you ain't following yet, gotta question your narrative, what you thinking, what's your motivation. You got a guy who show up here every day, 1,365 days. We're gonna go every day, write songs for you in the moment, yeah, like this. Don't you wanna be a part of it, yeah? There's 196 songs already on Spotify for you. Just type my friggin' name in, and you're going in for 14, 15 hours in a row with songs like this. Yep, it's the blame game. Yep, keep up and going and saying, yep, can't you see? Yep, every day you're hitting us with all this blame game. Yes, yeah, it's the blame game.
freaking blame game, right? Yep. Gonna blame, yep. If we can't keep it to our head, yep, we gotta let it out.
It's the blame game. Oh, it's the blame game. Oh, you can't stop it, boy. It's the blame game. Yeah, perpetuated by the media circus. Yeah, fake news make streaming national via media. Everyone but the blame game. Shut it down. Yeah, join me here every night. Blame game. Yeah, it's the blame game.
Gotta stop it because we did the blame game. So now I have to edit that sucker down for you. It's gonna be one of the songs on the next album. Although I've got about 65 songs on my phone I've not edited for you. I'm not even joking. About 65 songs, and that's the ones I was able to capture. There's so many songs I missed along the way. There was one night I had my brother on here, Ryan Hartwig. He's a Facebook whistleblower. That's right, Mark Zuckerchooch. We're still after you because you're a freaking chooch. Been suppressing this show since day one because you're an alien and you're afraid of the people coming together and hearing songs like The Blame Game. All the songs, not all of them, but a lot of them are like that. They're songs about our truth, our reality, the things they won't let you see. They just want to continue the psyop and keep telling you freaking lies, and you're supposed to believe it after freaking 2.5 years of lies. And the people who, like me, who's told you from the beginning the exact same thing. We never changed our tune, and we were proven right, but never freaking given our, moment in the sun to say, you know what, sorry, we blamed you and canceled you and took you off of your freaking platforms for saying things that became truth, And it's interesting when I heard stuff like misinformation, and the reality is the only misinformation was the people above us who continue to change their freaking tune every 7 seconds. But it wasn't the people like me who from day one said, trust your freaking immunity, the thing you got that God gave you, and just freaking tell Dr. Weasel Frauchi to go pound sand. But no, now it's pound sand time, right? And it's okay, I think. I don't know, maybe not. Bottom line is this, guys. I can't stop speaking truth. I just can't. And I'm a realtor. It's really tough because I don't think I'm in a blue state and all I say is stuff like this. And so the reality is, if you are a realtor, if you are looking to ever buy or sell a house, and you are somebody who's a patriot or appreciates this country and the Constitution, why would you not hire a guy like me to be your realtor? Keep that in mind. If you're out there and you're one of the 40% in my state who's actually probably one of the more like 60% at this point because of the way this administration's been running things for the last 2 years, I am a freaking proud American citizen who loves my country. I love this country. I'm so thankful to be here, and I'm so thankful to have an opportunity to breathe on this land. But what I can't stand is when people take it for granted. I'm thankful for the military. I'm thankful for the police. I'm thankful for the people who protect everybody else to live a normal life here. But the evil is taking over. Look at this. We of Liberty and Freedom got permanently banned off of Twitter. I was banned on TikTok for 4 days just for speaking truth. And I was banned multiple times on TikTok in the last year just for talking like this. And some freaking Karen comes in the room and it needs to pull me off the air because it's so offensive. This is misinformation. Misinformation? I'm speaking my freaking heart. Don't tell me what's misinformation. My intuition's never wrong. What's wrong is when the freaking science says one thing and they're like, trust the science. I'm like, yeah, I am. I am trusting the science, not the psyop. You know, and when you look closer and you start looking at this so-called science, you say, okay, good. Yeah, I'm trusting the science. Thank you. Thank you. You're putting everybody else at risk. You are how? Everybody else is the super spread. Everybody who seemed to be getting the bugaboo. I don't want to say too much because then they're going to get me in trouble. But here's the thing. The reality is this. We are at a point in this Plandemaroo where if you've gotten your bugaboos, you've gotten your bugaboos, okay? But don't go get more. What the frig, man? It clearly doesn't work. You know? What are we talking about over here?
Let's get a fifth one. Maybe that one will stop it.
No, you're just getting freaking everything else now. You went through, you took your shoes off and walked in the yard and now you got some weird thing. You used to be able to fight that. You know, you used to be able to fight the small stuff. And now all of a sudden you're just getting weird things. You know what I mean? Oh, honey, I went outside and took a breath in the garage. And now all of a sudden I got some weird hay fever thing. What's that about? I don't know. My immune system's weird. I know. It's funny. Like I made comedies about this since day one. The Dr. Evil series. There's one of my brothers on TikTok named Tom. I hope he finds us. But the Dr. Evil series is ridiculous. It's episode 16 of the Donald Trump Show, and I did 36 episodes of it. It's on YouTube, on my page. I'm Mark Pires Renaissance Man, and you have to go there and search for it because they freaking literally will not let you find it. You have to literally type in Donald Trump Show, Mark Pires Renaissance Man for them to even show up. And once you find that playlist, you tag that thing and go there and see all 36. You will cry with laughter. It's me doing Donald Trump. I'm a celebrity impressionist, so that's one of the things I haven't shown you yet tonight, but that's what I do. And I found everything bad that the current president said. Everything bad he ever did. And I commentated as Trump. And what I did is interesting. I saw on Facebook one day that like these Hodge twins, you guys know these guys, the Hodge twins? Great guys. They're strong, jack dudes who rip on different things that are going on in the liberal side of the world. And they've got like millions of followers. And I'm like, they get millions of followers for just kind of briefly sharing what they don't like about things. And I'm like, I could take it one step further and do Donald Trump doing the same thing, commentating, but in a comedic fashion. And we could get millions of people to love this, but they shut it down immediately because it's truth. Satire died in 2020. It's insane how satire's died. You cannot find satire. If political satire's dead, you can't make fun of the freaking left. They'll make fun of the right all day, but you can't make fun of them. If you do, they pull you. Or they'll just freaking, they'll basically, what they do is it's not even just suppression, is their algorithm now just takes you out. It's like they send you what they want. They don't want you to see that, so they send you the things they want to see. It's basically like you're being programmed. Instead of seeing what you should see as people like me who are passionately speaking about the truth, you're not finding people like me. You're seeing the freaking BS, negativity, fear-mongering, and everything else they want you to see. It's sad. It's sad. Because they won't let people just live their lives. And if they're afraid, they'll be afraid. I heard a very, very upsetting phone call on TikTok. A gentleman was calling like a CVS, and he says to the pharmacist, can I ask you a question? My wife came down and she brought my 7-year-old to get a bugaboo. And, against my wishes, I told her I didn't want her to do this, and she did it. And now my 7-year-old is in the hospital with myocarditis. And I just wanted to ask you why you didn't tell my wife about the potential risk of myocarditis. And the freaking pharmacist actually said back to this guy, well, we don't want to scare people so they don't get the vaccine. Don't get the bugaboo. And the guy goes, what? And she goes, yeah, we don't want them to, it's not a risk, a real risk. And he goes, it is. There's tens of thousands of people in the United States who've had this happen. And why would you not tell people the risk? And she goes, well, we don't want them to be afraid and then not give it to their kids. It's the sickest thing I've ever heard in my life. And it's like this campaign of just getting people to take something that doesn't freaking work. Oh, but your symptoms are less. I've proven that wrong. Some of our best friends One of them had to get it for work. The other one absolutely. They both didn't. They're both like, this is not clearly, but I have to do it to work. So one of them did. The other one didn't. They both got COVID. And the one who got bugabooed had so much worse. The symptoms were so much worse. He had 104 fever, and he's in phenomenal shape. So it's not even the condition you're in. It's not how everybody handles it differently. But I don't believe this whole BS that if you got their thing, it's a lesser of it when you do get it. And, you go out and get 4, 5, 6, 7. Go F yourself. If you told me that this thing stopped it, and that's what you did at the beginning for the first year, you said, oh yeah, no, they're going to stop it. You get your bugaboo, you're not going to get the COVID. That's Dr. Weaselfrauchi. And even, look, if you go out and get your inoculations, you're not going to get COVID. That was the sleep sofa, pooping his triple diaper at the same time, and then falling asleep on camera while he reads a teleprompter the size of the freaking, Hoover Dam. What my Aunt Judy told me. I'm scared, guys, because we're at the tail end of a cycle here. And I put a bit about this earlier on YouTube. But every civilization in history has fallen. Every single one. It starts with society. And you might ask, well, what's the common denominator? Like what causes societies to crumble? And it's really quite simple what happens. Strong men make good times. Good times make weak men. Weak men make difficult times. Difficult times make hard men. And then starts over. Hard men make good times. Right now we're in the previous generation made weak men and women. And now we're about to destroy planet Earth. As far as we know, Rome fell. Everyone said Rome will never fall. We're right now in this freaking spiral. We're throwing I think close to $100 billion over to a war that we should have nothing to do with. We shouldn't be freaking funding the war. We're funding the war. It's coming from us, our kids, our grandkids. We're paying for it. Why are we giving Ukraine money? Why not give $100 billion to every single American citizen? Did we do the math on what $100 billion would be per citizen? I think it's like $200, but still. Why are we giving Ukraine $100 billion? Oh, well, we got to protect them. No, they have people to protect them. They've got allies. Why are we protecting them? They're not part of NATO. We shouldn't be giving our tax money to them. I'm so sick of this. Stand up for Ukraine. They're a freaking corrupt country. People launder their money through Ukraine. It's always been like the place where you launder money. And all of a sudden, because they made themselves a democracy during the Obama campaign administration with Sleep Sofa Joe running things, getting kickbacks. His son had $83,500 a month from Burisma Oil, getting millions of dollars from Russia from the mayor's wife, $3 million. And then also working at $1 billion deal with a Chinese company, and his father meeting with 14 people that we know of, business partners. These things are okay. If Trump met with any of these people, if his son was if it was Hunter Trump, this freaking world, that's all you'd hear about. Hunter Trump is his laptops. They're all true. No Russian disinformation. This is the real deal. We know it. Hunter told us. Hunter Trump did.
Are you kidding me? My son Hunter would never do that. He's winning big league. He has his laptop already. Are you kidding? Hunter, come here. Did you lose your freaking laptop? Hunter, are you freaking kidding me? I'm here winning big league. I'm at Mar-a-Lago. You're there with your freaking laptop. You lost it? What'd you do? Oh, Cracky McGee. That's right. You were smoking crack again.
Freaking Skeet Ulrich. You guys know that's Skeet Ulrich, right? They're pretending it's Hunter Biden. No, it's Skeet Mother Ulrich. Scream movies, when he was in it as Billy Loomis going after Nev Campbell, he took down Drew Barrymore, no problem. But, at the end of the day, it was Drew Barrymore who plunged the knife into Billy Loomis, Or was it actually his friend? I forget. I really don't give a crap. But Hunter Biden, yeah, he's really freaking Billy Loomis / Skeet Ulrich. Some people wonder, when are we going to see Skeet Ulrich in another movie? I'm like, guys, he's in jail. It's Hunter B, Oh, look, he sold more paintings. Oh, Skeet's a painter now? Joanne, Skeet paints? No, Skeet Ulrich is Hunter Biden, you know? And if you look at the pictures and you look at the profiles, you're like, definitely. There's no way that it could not be Hunter Biden, you know? But if his last name is Trumparoo,
Are you kidding me? My son would never smoke crack on the back of a 17-year-old.
I don't even know. He's doing some crazy stuff. Does anybody know how many ridiculous situations have taken place with that guy? And I know he's not in office, but if any of those things happen with the last president and his kids, it's just sickening to me that these people get a pass. $83.5 a month. If Hunter Trump got $83.5 a month from Ukraine, from an oil company there, and he's working out deals with Chinese, CCP situations, Communist Party, doing it. He's doing that, and then they're going to just let the guy be president and give $100 billion back to Ukraine? Here's my theory. He's going to have to keep giving because they have something on him. They've got not just something on him. They got all the tapes of these back-end deals he did for the big guy getting 10% and his son getting freaking filthy rich to smoke more crack and try to, land the next gig. Skeet Ulrich, he's trying for the next Scream movie as like a return. Oh, Billy really didn't die in the first one. They brought him back, reanimated. Thank you so much for the love over here. I appreciate you. I'm getting something at the bottom of the screen. I can't really see what it is, but love you guys. Thank you so much here on Bigo. Guys, we're doing a Bigo/YouTube/Facebook, DLive, Twitch, Twitter. What else? I don't freaking know what else. Oh, and we're also on LinkedIn. We're doing it on LinkedIn as well. So if you are on any of those platforms and you're not on the YouTube page, please say hello. You should be able to comment, and it should come through to the chat. And if it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Hold on a minute. So, guys, just quickly for the news story of the day, as I told you, let's see if we can pop it on the screen here for you. Fam and friends on Bigo, you're going to have to head over to YouTube in order to see the actual story. The other day, we had a new family member come over from Bigo, which was awesome. That's the plan, is to get people from Bigo to head over to YouTube and subscribe to the longest running variety show on earth. This is freaking 4 years and a half. We hit 1,000 days in a row, and it's been 1 year since then. Day 1365 in a row. This is straight up insanity. Not even joking. There's over, I think we did it's like 2,700 pieces of content on YouTube. So let's get into this story. It looks like our buddy, James Earl Jones, is taking a freaking swan, ride. What do they call it, Joanne? He's going to ride into the sunset. Let's see. Can we get this open, Joanne? It's one thing when I'm trying to do the story, Joanne, but you don't, get it going. And why am I not on the screen, Joanne? Oh. Thank you, Joanne. Sometimes she forgets to put me on the screen. Anyway, guys, let's get into the news story of the day. James Earl Jones is hanging up his cape as Darth Vader. James Earl Jones, who for decades has provided Darth Vader's iconic, menacing voice, will not record new lines for the new Star Wars projects. Instead, Jones will live on, Joanne, on artificially through AI program. Yep, that they can recreate his voice to sound exactly like the original, James Earl Jones style, so Vader can deliver new lines of dialogue and maintain the commanding bass sound that made him widely feared villain, the Vanity Report said. Ukrainian startup Respeecher was tasked. See, this is where our money's going to. They're making James Earl Jones' freaking voice in Ukraine. Oh, look, we get more money from, President Sleep Sofa Joe. Let's just put it towards the Ukrainian Respeecher project so then we could sell it back to Disney and the United States of America. Ducats. They're making real fist upon fists of dollars. Ukrainian startup. Let's see what we got over here, Joanne. They're creating a version of Jones' voice as it sounded in the original trilogy for a recent Disney Plus miniseries, Obi-Wan Kenobi, which takes place several years after Anakin Skywalker becomes a Sith Lord. Fix this. We start to lose, power. We're running short, but I'm giving you guys good audio tonight. We got the lapel mic going. Jones 91 last recorded the Vader cameo for a 2019 sequel, The Rise of Skywalker. Sound editor Matthew Wood told Vanity Reporter, Vader Joanne, can you read? The actor signed off on Lucasfilm's plans to continue to use his voice for Vader in the years to come through archival recordings and the new dialogue created through AI that they freaking made in Ukraine with our money. He had mentioned he was looking into the Friggin' A, Joanne! That's what happens at 12 o'clock. We read these live. So if I don't just freaking read it well. He had mentioned he was looking into winding down this particular character, Wood told Vanity Fair. So how do we move forward? Jones was involved throughout the process of perfecting Vader's voice for Obi-Wan Kenobi, helping guide the teams involved with creating his sound and staying up to date with Lucasfilm's plans for Vader in the future. Lucas has revived certain characters' voices through AI before, the younger voice of Luke Skywalker in the Book of Boba Fett, and Disney was also fine-tuned for Respeecher. Freaking A, Joanne. They've been working on this for a while. I guess we've been feeding them dough. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, we're going to miss James Earl Jones. He was freaking awesome. I loved his voice. He was also unbelievable in Field of Dreams. If you didn't see it, I just told you about a great movie. Go check it out. Anyway, I guess that's basically it, guys. We can't do 9-hour shows. I got to work tomorrow. We all got to go make a living. I'm a real estate agent during the day. So like I said, if you are ever in the market to buy or sell real estate, why would you not hire the guy who speaks his mind and his truth? And if you don't want to hire me personally because you're not in the New York or Connecticut area, but you do want to find an agent, I can help you find the most amazing agent anywhere in the United States. It's a referral network. It costs you $0. Literally $0. All you're doing is sending me a note, mp@markpires.com. Hey, Mark, I'm in Detroit looking to buy a freaking house, a mansion for $3,000. You let me know. I'm going to find you a ridiculous real estate agent, Berkshire Hathaway style, right there in Detroit. Get you that mansion. I'm going to get you a deal too. $4,900, you know? What did you say first? 3,000? Fine, $2,900. We're going to go down. You know? You're still doing well. Is that the down payment? No, Joanne, that's how much it costs to buy in Detroit. She goes, is that how much the down payment is? No, Joanne. You could go live in Detroit right now for $3,000. A freaking brick mansion, 17,000 square feet. You know? Former basketball player house. You know what I mean? And it's still in good shape. Like, you don't even have to do a thing. It's got the fixins. Detroit. You have to, you know, the gunshots are included as well. Just so you know. It's brick, though. People are always like, oh, well, maybe it's the brick will stop the bullets. Freaking bulls everywhere, you know? Anyway, guys, remember that this is a daily variety show, and we do it every single day forever. This is the 1,365th time we've done it. We wrote 2 songs tonight. Well, the second one was just like a jam, but it was like... Created that one as the second song. I invented the first drum for singer-songwriters. I'm sitting on it. It's called the Beat Seat. You can go to beatseat.rocks and you can order one. I'll build it for you, and you can create drum kit beats while you sit and play your guitar just like I do. That sounds like a drum kit, doesn't it? Oh, sorry. I was chatting. Something I missed. Said, Mark, question. Have you heard that the bank's mortgages are changing? Fixed mortgages, they are mentioning new buyers, but I do not trust the bankers. I don't blame you. Nope. You know, changing fixed mortgages, how? Because I know like it always was the best thing you could do is get a 30-year and hopefully pay it off sooner, but get a 30-year. Anything else is pretty risky because look what's going on right now with the rates. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, hold on. I'm trying to find it. I can't believe this. Thank you, We Have Liberty, for the donation. You are amazing. Oh my goodness. We Have Liberty seeing a lot of injuries out there that we don't like. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Holy cow, hold on. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to get back to this so I can see what I missed, and it's something really, really terrible. The show, it's so hard for me to see any of this. It's cut off. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear this, MJ Mama. MJ Mama's kids found her, is it her husband or ex-husband, guys? Dead. That's terrible. Oh, here we go. Steve has a good question. He said, I think New Canaan is the most conservative town in all Fairfield County. Any thoughts? You know, I think it is. New Canaan, of all the towns in Fairfield County, is definitely the most conservative. Everybody else is super liberal. It's kind of weird. You know, we have a conservative first select woman in Fairfield who I met during the filming of Get to Know America, and we had the most amazing conversation, Brenda Kupchik, and we talked about so much stuff that I kept on the, I kept it on the editing floor. I didn't want anybody to see. And I think that it was some good stuff. And there's a lot of people hiding. But yeah, I think for the most part, that town is pretty much staunch. It will always try to stay conservative, it seems. Ridgefield, I think, is sort of the same, but I'm not certain, actually. I think it may actually be Democrat. I'm not sure. It's funny, I don't actually think in those terms, but as a state, we are blue. And every time I'm like, no, this time around they're going to be like smart enough to just not go that route, and we'll get something. Capitalism and the opportunity of having a good market is what we all are looking and hoping for. Anyway, this jam here in the background, maybe I'll do something with it tomorrow. Oh, goodness, guys. You know, 12:15. Do it all over again tomorrow. We officially just completed the 1-year anniversary from my 1,000th day in a row. Day 1365 in a row. It's pretty sick. If you can spread the word and let people know, we'll be back tomorrow for some more music, some more comedy, and some more breaking news. Until then, let's see who's on. It's hard for me to say anything without seeing who's on with me. This whole time I didn't have my chat window open. I've just been jamming. Sorry. It's a music night. I never know what's going to happen until we start the show, but we seem to write a song every single night. Anna Trejos, Andrea, how are you? Thank you so much. Bradley Smith, Chris Donaldson, Cato, I see Jacqueline Grace. I see Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, S. Coop, Stacy Michaels, Steve, my brother. I appreciate you. So glad when you can make it in. Trish Killian, we of liberty and freedom. My heart goes out to MJ Mama and what she's going through right now. Over here on Bigo, I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you'll come back tomorrow when we do it all over again. But please go subscribe to all of my social media platforms because I drop content all day long, just not on Bigo. I go live on Bigo, that's it. But everything else is on YouTube. It's on TikTok. It's on Facebook. Type in Mark Pires. Type in Mr. Live Creation. Type in Mark Pires Renaissance Man. Everything is hard to find, but I'm here every day of existence. And on Spotify, please. 196 songs going. This is one of them. I will see you tomorrow. Until then. Where is it? It's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. You got to go away.